If you leave the Oklahoma City or Tulsa area after 11, 12 o'clock at night, there's not a trooper out working on I-35, I-40. They're at home.
In tonight's big story breakdown, we are looking into law enforcement changes as Oklahoma Highway Patrol announced they're reallocating resources away from the OKC and Tulsa metros to areas they say need more patrol.
Fox 25's Paige Taylor explains to us what's behind the decision and the changes you can expect to see in November when this takes effect.
OHP responded to a crash in rural Pottawatomie County September 17th of last year. The closest trooper nearly an hour away in OKC. This dashcam video shows his entire trip to get out there sped up. Now OHP is changing where troopers are located to put more resources in rural parts of the state.
I know this isn't it's not an easy decision.
Public Safety Commissioner Tim Tipton says there aren't enough troopers to respond to calls on the interstate outside of metro areas, especially late at night like that September 2024 incident.
And it's critical for us to provide a public safety footprint that gives those citizens and traveling motorists through our state the ability to know that there's going to be a response in a timely manner to their incident that's going on the interstate system.
Troopers will still patrol turnpikes and in construction zones if they are contracted to do so, but as for stretches of interstate in the OKC and Tulsa metro areas, that will now be up to local police departments to cover.
They're in a situation where they feel they're stretched for calls for service as well, and I fully understand that. In contributing to it, I'm guessing that they would rather we not do this, obviously. But I will say some of them, if they take the perspective of what our job is as state law enforcement and the highway patrol, they understand, not to say that they agree with it or like it, because it is going to put a burden on them.
Tipton says OHP will still assist other agencies as needed.
Big or small, we're still an assist agency, regardless of what jurisdiction. You know, if it's a municipality or a county sheriff's office that needs our help, we're always going to respond to those calls.
Paige Taylor, Fox 25 News.
As the Oklahoma Highway Patrol is shifting its priorities, the changes are shaking up how local police departments go about their business.
Fox 25's Grant Palmer joins us live from the Del City Police Department. Grant, you spoke to their police chief. What did he have to say about the news?
Yeah, Adam and Wendy, Chief Berger tells me he's concerned about how fast this all took place without speaking to other agencies and says this puts his department in a tough spot.
Del City Police Chief Lloyd Berger says OHP's decision to reshuffle troopers to different parts of the state is going to have a ripple effect on his department.
That's going to take a big chunk of law enforcement that's in the metro area and move them away from it. We rely on them for simple calls up there, the wrecks and all that, so we can focus on the citizens of this municipality.
Berger tells me the timing of the announcement puts his department in a tougher bind because their budget just started.
Our budget as a municipality starts July 1, and once we found this out, it was after July 1. I'm already into my budget year of what I've planned for training, manpower, everything that goes into that. So I've got no flexibility in a budget for this upcoming year.
What kind of burden would we be putting on those other agencies?
Other police departments also responding to the news. Master Sergeant Gary Knight with the Oklahoma City Police Department writing in part, quote, "This action could seriously diminish our ability to respond to priority calls and violent crimes where response times are critical." Chief Todd Gibson, president of the Oklahoma Association of Chiefs of Police, also reacting, saying in part, "OACP will continue to stand with its members across Oklahoma, both in urban centers and rural communities, as they navigate these evolving circumstances with professionalism and care."
Berger tells me he's already started reaching out to other agencies regarding training, responding to accidents, and other responsibilities that they will now have to take care of. Reporting live at the Del City Police Department, Grant Palmer, Fox 25 News.
Great, thank you. Tulsa Police also preparing for the expected impact on their department. In a statement today, they say they're currently understaffed by 137 officers, leaving them with no capacity to divert resources to highway safety. The department says this change would also require a partnership with ODOT to manage emergency situations on interstates, including highway closures. Moving forward, the department says they're working closely with partner agencies to explore options for additional funding for training to handle these changes. And several other police departments have also raised concerns about their officers' abilities to investigate commercial motor vehicle crashes. DPS says these crashes are investigated like any regular two-car crash as long as there are no injuries. If someone is seriously hurt or dies in the crash, local agencies would still call in OHP.
Only our size and weights division troopers are trained in the specialty training of doing commercial motor vehicle inspections. That trooper right now calls a Troop S trooper to come and do a post-collision inspection. We respond to those calls for assistance every day around the state with multiple agencies, every agency. If any police department, sheriff's office is working a collision that involves a commercial motor vehicle and a post-collision commercial motor vehicle inspection needs to be done, that's what our size and weights troopers do. They respond to that scene and assist that other agency. We will continue doing that in Oklahoma County and Tulsa County.
Oklahoma's Department of Public Safety also walked us through some of the data they've compiled about the impact that reallocation would have on law enforcement agencies all through the metro. They looked at the number of collision calls during a 3-year period in these coverage areas. Here's what they say they found.
Oklahoma City would need to be able to respond to 13 collisions on average per day over a 24-hour period per year. Edmond, the area of coverage that it would require them on that northern I-35 corridor for the city of Edmond would be a little over half a collision a day. Del City, their area on I-40 just east of Oklahoma City, 0.21 collisions a day. Midwest City, it's 0.07 collisions a day. The city of Moore, it's a little over 1 collision per day over a 24-hour period that they would have to respond to. Norman is a little under 1 call for service on a collision per day.
DPS also outlined the number of traffic fatalities troopers responded to during the same 3-year period, which provides a snapshot of what local departments could expect. In Oklahoma City, troopers responded to 47 deadly crashes. Troopers responded to 1 deadly crash in both Edmond and Del City. There were 7 in Norman and 2 in Moore. DPS found troopers didn't respond to any in Midwest City during the last 3 years. State Senator Mark Mann says he's deeply concerned about OHP's reallocation plan, arguing the agency's resource issues weren't brought up to the legislature.
Already overburdened to local police departments and sheriff's departments, and so something has to be done. There was no major push last year from Department of Public Safety that they needed more money for the highway patrol, and so it's a little shocking that just less than 2 months after session's over with, they're saying that they have coverage issues and need to pull out of the 2 largest metros in the state.
State Senator Mann points to the Title 47 of the Oklahoma statutes, which states the Commissioner of Public Safety and designated officers like the Oklahoma Highway Patrol have primary law enforcement responsibilities on all highways within Oklahoma's borders. He says he's confident the Attorney General will review this law.
And that was your big story breakdown tonight. You can learn more about OHP reallocating its resources and how agencies are preparing on OKCFox.com.
Plus, you can watch all of our previous big story breakdowns on our YouTube page. Just scan the QR code on your screen or search OKC Fox.